Rabbit Housing by Earl Angelo Bermudez and Frank Euler Mabbagu. Rabbit housing is to raise rabbits successfully. One must begin with healthy animals, provide a good hutch, clean and nutritious feed, and take good care of the rabbits. To achieve healthy rabbits that produce wholesome quantity of tasty meat, appropriate housing is needed for production. Rabbit meat is a nutrient-rich and affordable food with a lower environmental impact than red meat from cattle or sheep. Rabbit meat is healthy, as it is lower in fat, cholesterol and sodium than other types of meat, and rich in protein. Management systems. Rabbits, like other domestic animals, may be bred and reared at various intensities. Rabbits can be mated at almost any time, and, when mating is successful, the doe will kindle 30 to 32 days later. The doe should be checked for pregnancy 10 days after mating, and if necessary, remated. A shorter interval between kindling and mating will obviously result in a higher number of litters per doe per year. Deep litter systems. Deep litter system. This system is suitable for rearing small number of rabbits, to prevent them to dig burrows, and the floor should be made up of concrete. This type of housing is not suitable for intensive system of rearing, because rabbits reared in this type of housing is more prone to disease. Cage systems. Cage for each adult rabbit. Domestic rabbits vary in weight from 2 to 7 kilograms, depending on the breed, so the size of cage may be determined by allowing 1 200 to 1 500 square centimeters of clear floor space per kilogram. This means that a cage for a medium breed buck should provide a minimum of 80 by 80 centimeters. For females should allow extra space for the nest box, and the litter, hence 80 centimeters by 115 centimeters, should be regarded as the minimum for a medium breed doe. Cage systems. The cages for young rabbits should not be deeper than 70 to 80 centimeters for ease of reaching a rabbit at the back of the cage. The floor-to-ceiling height of the cages should be minimum 45 to 60 centimeters, and it is desirable to have the floor of the cages 80 to 100 centimeters off the ground to handle the rabbits comfortably. Hutches. 1. Enough space for the size of the rabbit. 2. Fresh air and light, but exclusion of direct rays from the sun. 3. Protection from wind and rain. 4. Sanitary conditions and ease of cleaning. 5. Sound but cheap construction, free from details that could injure the animals. And 6. Convenience of handling. Any size rabbit unit is conveniently made up from 2 doe or 4 doe modules. The table below shows the number of cages needed in each modules. This figure shows a unit for 2 does, 1 buck and 1 fattener. This figure shows the plan view of rabbit housing module for 4 does, 1 buck and fatteners. Kindling boxes are permanently installed with access from each cage for a doe. The kindling boxes have outside doors to facilitate cleaning. Construction details. Proper ventilation of the rabbitry is essential. The walls, roof and door of the hutch can be covered with chicken wire netting, 37 mm mesh, or made from wood or bamboo placed 20 mm apart. In high-altitude areas with lower temperatures, it may be desirable to have a solid wall in the direction facing the prevailing wind. Temporary protection from strong winds, low temperatures, and rain can be provided with curtains of hessian, reeds, grass, plastic, etc. The roof of the rabbit unit should be leak-proof and can be made of thatch or metal sheets with some insulation underneath. Construction details. A solid floor can be made from wood, plywood, or different kinds of board. It allows bedding to be used, eliminates drafts through the floor, and causes less trouble from hawk sores. The use of a solid floor will permit the hutches to be stacked in 2 or 3 tiers, with the bottom row 30 centimeters off the ground, and this may save some building space. A perforated floor is self-cleaning, as manure and urine pass through to the ground, and this assists in disease control, but, if not properly constructed, it may injure the animals. It can be made of woven or welded wire of not less than 16 gauge. Suitable mesh sizes are 12 mm for small and medium breeds, and 18 mm for large breeds. Equipment and store. Drinkers, feeders, nests, feed storage. Drinkers. A doe with litter may require up to 5 liters of water a day if fed only rabbit pellets or chicken mash. Rabbits receiving fresh greens daily will require less water, but all rabbits should have access to clean drinking water at all times. An automatic waterer that can be made from a large bottle and small tin can. A nipple drinker made from a bottle, a pierced rubber cork, and a piece of 6-8 mm steel pipe. Feeders. Feeders. Heavy earthenware pots, measuring about 8 centimeters deep and 10-15 centimeters in diameter, make good dishes for feeding grain, pellets, and mash because they are not easily tipped over. Feed hopper. This allows the rabbit to pull forage into the cage as it feeds. Nests. Nests. Does like to kindle in a private place. A nest box should be placed in the doe's cage 5 to 7 days before birth. A box for medium-sized breeds should be about 30 centimeters wide, 40-50 centimeters long, and 20-30 centimeters high. Feed storage. The storage requirement for feed to all categories of animal in a rabbit unit can be determined by multiplying the following figures by the number of does in the unit and the number of days in the storage period. For intensive 1.3, 1.8 kilograms of pellets or mash per day. For semi-intensive 0.3, 0.3 kilograms of pellets or mash per day. Feed storage.
Thank you for watching.
Requirement for feed